Stop. Before you check your bank balance today, I want you to realize something terrifying. The American dream you were sold, the one involving a 40-year career, a 401k, and a white picket fence, is being dismantled in real time. Right now, in 2026, we are witnessing the greatest wealth transfer in human history. While the headlines talk about inflation and interest rates, something much more sinister is happening beneath the surface. The middle class is being systematically deleted. In this video, I'm not just going to give you money tips. I'm going to reveal the 2026 financial blueprint that the top 1% are using to stay wealthy while the rest of the country drowns in debt. We are going to talk about why your savings account is a wealth killing machine, how AI has permanently changed the job market, and the exact three assets you need to own to never worry about a recession again. If you think hard work is enough to get rich in this economy, you are in for a brutal wake-up call. Stick with me for the next 20 minutes because what I'm about to show you isn't taught in schools, and your bank definitely doesn't want you to know it. Let's start with a hard truth. Most people in the US are living on a financial OS, an operating system, that was designed in 1971. That was the year the US dollar went off the gold standard. Since then, the dollar has lost over 85% of its value. Think about it. In the 1970s, a single income could buy a house, two cars, and put three kids through college. Today, two incomes can barely cover rent in Austin, Miami, or New York. Why is this happening? It's called the silent tax, or inflation. But it's more than that. It's currency debasement. When the Federal Reserve prints trillions of dollars, they aren't creating wealth. They are redistributing your purchasing power to the people closest to the money, the big banks and the government. If you are saving money in a traditional savings account at 0.5% interest, while real-world inflation, the price of things you actually buy like healthcare and housing, is at 6% or 8%, you are literally getting 7% poorer every single year. You are running on a treadmill that is moving backward faster than you can run forward. Now let's talk about your income. For decades, the advice was, get a degree, get a corporate job, and climb the ladder. In 2026, that ladder has been set on fire by artificial intelligence. We are no longer in the information age, we are in the implementation age. The US job market has split into two categories. The replaceable, people who perform repetitive tasks that AI can now do in seconds. The scalable, people who use AI to amplify their unique human creativity and strategic thinking. If your job involves sitting in front of a computer screen and processing data, writing basic reports, or managing simple logistics, you are at risk. But here is the secret. This is the greatest opportunity ever. One person can now do the work of a 10-person agency. The 2026 Wealth Rule, number 1, do not trade your time for money, trade your results for money. Instead of asking for a raise, ask yourself, how can I use AI tools to generate $100,000 of value for my company in half the time? This is how you create asymmetric income, where your effort stays the same, but your output and income skyrocket. Now that you understand that your income must be scalable through AI and modern skills, let's talk about the engine of wealth. If you work for money, you are a slave. If your money works for you, you are a master. In the United States, we have been conditioned to believe that a 401k with a 7% annual return is the gold standard. But let's do the math. If you invest $500 a month for 30 years, you might retire with $1 million. Sounds great, right? Wrong. By the year 2056, because of the rate at which the US Treasury is printing money, $1 million will likely buy you what $250,000 buys you today. You'll be a millionaire on paper, but you'll be living a lower middle-class lifestyle. To win in 2026, you need asymmetric assets. These are investments where the downside is limited, but the upside is 10x, 50x, or even 100x. 1. The real estate pivot. Forget just buying a house. In 2026, the smart money is moving into short-term rental arbitrage and multifamily syndications. Why? Because even if the dollar crashes, people always need a roof over their heads. 2. The digital gold standard, Bitcoin. We cannot ignore the elephant in the room. In 2026, Bitcoin is no longer a speculative experiment. It is the only finite asset on the planet. While the Fed can print trillions of dollars, they can never print more than 21 million Bitcoin. If you don't have at least 1% to 5% of your net worth in cold stored BTC, you are betting against mathematics. 3. The magnificent tech sector. We are in the middle of a productivity explosion. Investing in the companies that build the AI, the NVIDIAs, the Microsofts, and the emerging robotic startups, is like owning a piece of the steam engine during the Industrial Revolution. The golden rule? 80% of your money goes into safe index funds, VO, VTI. 20% goes into aggressive growth. This is how you protect your floor and raise your ceiling. Here is something your accountant probably hasn't told you. The U.S. tax code is not a list of punishments. It is a map of incentives. The IRS wants you to provide housing. The IRS wants you to create jobs. The IRS wants you to produce energy. If you do these things, they give you massive tax breaks. If you are a W-2 employee, you are taxed at the highest rate. You get paid, the government takes their cut, and you live on what's left. But if you have a side business, even a small LLC for your AI consulting work, the script flips. You get paid, you spend on your business, your laptop, your internet, your home office, your travel, and then you are taxed on what is left. Tax Strategy 101 for 2026. Max out your Roth IRA. This is the most powerful tool for tax-free growth in the world. Use the 1031 exchange. If you sell a rental property, roll that profit into another one and pay zero capital gains tax. Health Savings Accounts, HSA. This is the only triple tax advantaged account in America. Tax deductible going in, tax-free growth, and tax-free withdrawals for medical costs. Stop complaining about taxes and start learning the rules of the game. We have covered a lot, from the death of the dollar to the rise of AI and the secrets of the tax code, but knowledge without action is just entertainment. If you want your life to be different 12 months from today, here is your 4-step mission. Inventory. Your skills. Identify one task you do that can be automated with AI. Do it this week. Audit your debt. If you have credit card debt at 22% interest, you are in a burning building. Put every spare dollar into putting that fire out. The auto invest rule. Set up a recurring transfer of $100, $500, or $1,000 every single month into a brokerage account. Make it invisible so you don't miss it. Change your circle. If your friends are talking about Netflix and sports, find new friends who are talking about equity and cash flow. The 2026 economy is going to be brutal for those who sleepwalk, but for you, for the person who watched this video until the end, it is going to be the most profitable decade of your life. The gap between the rich and the poor is widening. Choose which side you want to be on. I'm Conrad. If you found this valuable, hit the like button, subscribe for our weekly deep dives, and comment below. I am taking control. I'll see you in the next video.